A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a surprising statement that has sparked controversy, U.S. President Donald Trump claimed that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is prepared to give up Crimea in a bid to negotiate peace with Russia. This assertion comes after a recent meeting between the two leaders on the sidelines of Pope Francis's funeral, where discussions about the ongoing conflict in Ukraine were reportedly held. Trump, speaking to reporters at Morristown Airport in New Jersey, attributed blame for the current situation in Crimea to former Presidents Barack Obama and Joe Biden, suggesting that their policies have led to Ukraine's precarious position regarding the annexed territory. Despite Trump's claim, Zelensky has consistently vowed to reclaim Crimea, which was annexed by Russia in 2014. The Ukrainian leadership has firmly rejected any formal surrender of the peninsula, although some officials have indicated a willingness to concede the territory temporarily as part of a peace deal. The peace proposal put forth by Trump's administration includes recognizing Russian authority over Crimea, a move that has been met with skepticism and outright rejection from Ukrainian officials. They maintain that any concession of Crimea is unacceptable and contrary to their national interests. Trump's comments have reignited debates over the legitimacy of Russian claims to the peninsula and the future of Ukraine's territorial integrity. In a separate but related development, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un confirmed that his troops have been deployed to support Russia's military efforts in Ukraine. This admission marks a significant moment, as it highlights North Korea's increasing involvement in the conflict. Kim described his soldiers as heroes tasked with annihilating what he termed Ukrainian neo-Nazi occupiers. This statement coincides with reports of ongoing clashes in the border regions of Kursk and Belgorod, where both Russian and Ukrainian forces continue to engage in combat. The Kremlin has praised the contributions of North Korean troops, with President Vladimir Putin expressing gratitude for their support. He referred to the North Korean soldiers as shoulder-to-shoulder with Russian forces, emphasizing the solidarity between the two nations in their military endeavors. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Zelensky has countered claims made by Putin regarding the supposed success of Russian forces in regaining control over the Kursk region, asserting that Ukrainian troops are actively engaged in maintaining their positions and preparing for future diplomatic negotiations. As the conflict continues, German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius has criticized Trump's peace proposals, characterizing them as akin to a capitulation. He argued that Ukraine could have secured similar terms a year ago without conceding as much territory as outlined in the recent proposal. The ongoing diplomatic efforts by the U.S. to broker a peace deal have been met with mixed reactions, with significant gaps remaining between the positions of Ukraine, Russia, and the United States. Trump expressed disappointment in Putin's continued military actions, urging him to cease hostilities and engage in meaningful negotiations. He reiterated that his discussions with Zelensky had been productive, noting a more composed demeanor from the Ukrainian leader. However, the prospect of a lasting peace remains uncertain, with both sides entrenched in their respective positions. The situation in Crimea remains a focal point of the conflict, with experts suggesting that any formal recognition of Russian sovereignty over the territory is unlikely to be accepted by the Ukrainian government. Timofey Milovanov, a prominent Ukrainian economist, stated that even the discussion of surrendering Crimea would lead to extensive legal debates, further complicating the situation. He criticized Russia's push for recognition, asserting that it is a strategy designed to create division and confusion within Ukraine. As the international community watches closely, the implications of Trump's statements and the ongoing military developments in Ukraine will continue to shape the discourse surrounding the conflict. The potential for peace hinges on the willingness of both Ukraine and Russia to compromise, a prospect that seems increasingly challenging amidst the backdrop of military engagement and geopolitical tensions. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.